Hello and welcome back to Brit Reviews It All. I am coming to you today with a review about the Love and Marriage DC franchise. So the episode just aired last night. Still, of course, season 1. It's episode 5. I didn't even realize that we were on episode 5 by now. Like, goodness, it still feels like the season just started, but hey, maybe that's just me. So this one was titled Did I Do That? Now, it was the reason why they used that word, which honestly, it seems like going through this season, that is probably going to be one of the most annoying things about Monique, because it's like, oh my god, girl, what you're doing is so obvious in this in the season from what we're seeing. Because this whole episode, I was just side-eyeing her like, okay, ma'am. Like, and the ladies, they were definitely noticing it, and they were not about to hold their tongue. They very much let her know, like, yeah, you definitely starting some stuff, but we see what you're doing. So they pick up at the beginning of the episode, they pick up where the Samuels, they were back from Africa. Those two, they were having a talk, and here comes Monique with the whole being in-depth thing again. For every little conversation that they have, it's like, goodness gracious, girl, back up off of Chris a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. So again, Monique was shutting down. She realizes that, I mean, Chris, he's not talking either. He's just like, well, if you don't want to talk, then forget it. I'm gonna go over here. I'm about to go. I can go downstairs. We can cut the camera, and then you have Monique still in the room, folding clothes, putting away clothes, whatever she was doing, aggravated as usual when it comes to the two of them. So production, they step in. Of course, they say breaking the fourth wall. So I do like to see that a lot of the reality shows, they're doing that these days, which actually is very cool to show. But we do get to see that production plays a very huge role in making sure that they get the scenes that they really need to get, you know, for the footage for us to look at and make it a good show. So they stepped in, they talked to the both of them, and it was crazy how the producer that was talking to Chris was able to really break it down to him, to a point where it was just like, oh, okay, I think I get what she's saying now. It's like, oh my god, Chris, you're a good businessman, but you're not slow. I mean, come on. You're just used to doing things the way that you've been doing them, and now that she's at a point in the marriage where she's like, all right, dude, I've been saying I need this from you, you give me more, and not just be a second person in the room. I actually want to know your actual thoughts, and not just, oh yeah, you sure right about that. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. Like, I get what Monique is saying, but honestly, it just seems like it's just a little bit much, if you get what I mean. But anyway, moving on, they were able to sort it out, and they were back to smiling and hugging and crying, and you know, and they were on good terms by the end of that scene. So they move on. We have Jamie meeting up with his daughter Brittany at her home. She reels him in and saying that she needed him to come put together a nightstand for her, which we find out she was just using that as a reason to get him to come over to talk to him. He's not a good person when it comes to putting things together, per Brittany. And so she says, you know, she just wanted to really get on him, like, hey, Jason was telling you, and he was expressing to you his thoughts and his feelings about what he wants to do with himself, and you completely looked over anything that he said and didn't pay it not one bit. And that was not okay, and you have to stop doing that and listen to what he's saying. You can't, everybody is not going to do what you want them to do. All of your children are adults. I do love that she was able to step in and say, Daddy, I'm gonna have to check you on this when you were wrong. And then he comes back and he's ready to do a little bit better. I'm sorry about the air, y'all. I'm recording in my car, obviously. It is hot in Texas. My car says 96 degrees outside. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit over 100 today. It's Sunday, so sorry if you hear the air in the background. If I don't have it going, my camera will probably shut off. But anyway, so they talk about that. So he comes to understand, like, okay, I know. So we will see if he actually will make some changes on his end with the way that he handles Jason and with the way that he handles his other children and even his wife. We'll get to that part. I'm gonna hold on that. Now we move on to the next scene. We have Monique meeting up with Winter. They're catching up. Winter has been itching to talk to Monique about everything that's been going on since the Samuels were in Africa. So when Winter came in, she got right on down to it. She's talking about everything that the girl's talking about. She basically is saying that she felt ambushed at the little outing that they had when they were all talking and trying to get to a better place, right? And then she also decides to throw a little jab at DJ Quick, calling him DJ Fun Size, which we both know, as Monique stated, honey, when Ashley find out that you calling her husband DJ Quick Fun Size, DJ Fun Size, it's gonna be a problem, and I want to see it. Okay. So I mean, Winter even went so far as to trying to basically say, oh, well, honey, you saying you never really caught anything about him being out there, DJ Quick I'm talking about, or in her case, DJ Fun Size we're talking about them out talking to other women, you know, cheating on her, any rumors like that. Ashley says, I've never caught him doing anything. I've never really heard, you know, there's the rumors, but she never really had anything to stand on with that. But apparently, per Winter, if you were out in the DC streets, you know some information about Mr. DJ Quick. Now, Winter, calm it down. You starting to step outside of your character, or your spiritual, whatever you want to call it. But she even goes as far to start to bring up Irena, basically saying that she's a flip-flopper. I don't see that, but if that's how she feels, then whatever. I mean, they're making it very clear Winter is Monique's friend, and they were just getting to know her because Monique wants to bring her around, per Ashley. Just saying. So that was that. I mean, it was a bit messy, and you could tell that Monique's eyes and ears was just the tingling, and she couldn't wait to get a second to start some mess. Now we have where they show, and this was really good to see. I love that they included this. The Tylers, they go to participate in a Paralympic sport that Jason likes to play. He said that it's online the way he plays it, but he was doing very well, and he understood the concept, and they were able to see exactly what he experiences on a day-to-day basis, with not being able to see and only able to use your hearing and your touch. So you have to use your other senses. So that, for them to be able to get an insight on what that's like for him, that was really great. And all of them, they said they really enjoyed it, and it just made them understand Jason more and what he deals with on a day-to-day. Now we do find out from Irena, she waited until that day to do a group reveal and finally let Jason know that he was accepted into the Doors program. That was very good to hear. So we will see what happens with that, if they show us where that takes him. I would like to see it, you know. He said he's ready to go. He wants to be on his own. He wants to do his own thing. He wants to date. He wants to make friends. He wants to go to work. Let him do it. Let him, like, he wants to be part of this program. They're going to help him, and they're going to teach him, help him get to where he wants to be a lot more independent, and it's possible, and I can't wait to see what happens with that. Now they move on, and they have Ashley. She's out with her friend apparently, so they're doing a podcast event. I did not write down the name of her podcast, but if you're watching it, you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've seen the episode. It's very fun. I mean, it speaks true to the persona, or the person that we're seeing when it comes to Ashley so far. It speaks true to it. They were at a selfie place where you could go around to different little things and just take a bunch of selfies. If you're into that, you would have had a really great time doing that. Now Monique arrives. All of the ladies, they start talking. Eventually they pull on over to the side to really get into the nitty-gritty, because when Monique came, she came with the intent to start some mess, and bet she did. So she sat there and proceeded to say everything that Winter said at that dinner between the two of them, which I thought, that's your friend. How jacked up is that of you to take her words that she spoke in confidence to you and run back to Irina and Ashley, covering it as if you're trying to help and you're trying to see if there could be some kind of something to for them to smooth it over and make sure that there's no drama between all of them. It was just a hot mess. Like, ma'am, all right, we know what you were doing. If you're watching it, you knew what she was doing. And when Winter came in, she caught that immediately, and so did Ashley and Irina. But okay, but we gonna keep going with it. So Monique basically told them everything, and when I tell you, Ashley was getting hot and hot and hot and hotter because she was getting pissed off. Okay, and Miss Winter. Now, as they're talking, Winter comes creeping on, not even creeping, walking on around the corner. Hey, everybody, you know, speaking, thinking everything's all good. And as soon as she came around that corner, they went straight in on it. She knew when she walked in what was happening at that moment. Honey, they set you up. Monique, your friend, set you up. And I like Monique, but I don't like the role that she's playing in this season. I really don't. So overall with that whole thing, they were back and forth. Ashley's about ready to get up and get with it. She's with it and ready to, but her friend even had to come over and try to get her to come on back to their event, because that was the true reason why they were there. But Ashley was not hearing it, honey. Eventually, at the end of the day, she proceeded to ask Winter, ma'am, you could most definitely exit. You don't have to be here. So as Winter, she's leaving, she's still talking noise. Here comes Irina stepping in for Ashley. Now, the fact that the two of them seem to be close, but then Ashley previously has said that they're still getting to know each other, but they're not necessarily friends. It was very strange. Like I said, in that particular part, Irina is stepping in and saying, no ma'am, we're not gonna do that. You're not gonna be over here talking trash about Ashley like that. And I'm just like, wow. I don't know, y'all. Ashley and Irina, I'm good. They're actually my favorites right now, I'll be honest. But that whole scene, it just seemed like, whoa, if they didn't pull Ashley away from her, because Ashley was getting in Winter's face. Winter was holding her on, but I don't know. Y'all have to tell me what y'all think about it. It's gonna be some more mess that comes between that triangle right there, and Monique is gonna be actually in the center of the triangle, stirring it up. Now they move on. The Tylers, they are going to go view one of the properties. They have a business on the side together, and they also have business partners as well. So they were meeting, going to go see one of the homes that they have. That home, oh my goodness, it was a hot mess. They had to keep coming and check on it, make sure there's no squatters, you know, in the home, which you could clearly see it looked like somebody had been living there. I mean, they could at least have some cleaners come in there and clear the place out, because it looks a hot mess. Why wait until y'all are ready to redo it and redo the home? At least have it look clean or somewhat decent enough for you to come in there and, you know, really see what's up. But the whole time that those two were there, they were so unprofessional, and I would have hated to be the business partners in there with them at that time, because they would have been made me uncomfortable. Save the drama, the marriage stuff for home. Before, when y'all came in here and y'all knew we were meeting, we were supposed to be handling business. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all bickering back and forth and nitpicking with each other, and no thank you. But them two, they were literally the whole entire time just going tit for tat with each other. We find out Irina says she was irritated with him from some actions from the previous night, which once they finally got outside and they were done with their meeting, they really got dug deep into it. Basically, after the Ashley's event, Irina decided to go over to an event that I can't even remember his name, Jamie, was doing hosting, but her friend for her birthday was celebrating there, and they had a whole booth or whatever for her friend, and that was set up, so she was coming to do that. Something happened when it came as far as him coming outside to come and park the car so she could come in. He came out. She made it seem like he came out and he was had been drinking. He was being belligerent, loud and rude to her. That is the way she made it seem, and he was just like, girl, you really overdid that. I was very frustrated. I was having a long night. I'm working. Here you come. I'm telling you to do one thing, and then you start moving up. You're not listening from his point of view. I mean, the two of them, it just wasn't clicking, and that's fine. So she's so angry with him trying to produce fake tears, Irina, because that wasn't, you was faking it, honey. That wasn't even real. But basically trying to make, oh, you made me miss my friend's birthday, blah 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 blah. No, ma'am, because if you really want to go in there, your friend was celebrating their birthday, you would have told him, dude, with you for the night, go on about your business. I'm here, but leave me alone because I'm irritated with you right now, and proceed to go wherever your friend was and have a good old night. Celebrate your friend's birthday. That's what you should have done, but okay. Now they eventually made up. I mean, honestly, Jamie literally just agreed with whatever she was saying, and just to shut her up and to shut it down. That's literally what he did, because he was literally over talking her, and he was, okay, I'm sorry, yeah, you're right, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna, I mean, that would have pissed me off even more, but hey, that's just me. But I knew, you could tell what he was doing. So overall, it was a pretty decent episode. They tried to bring a little bit of heat on this episode. They're gonna keep it coming from what we see. Everybody's gonna be noticing little Miss Monique with that, did I do that? Yeah, you did that. You did do that. And they have no problem with telling you, and you still gonna be stirring the pot come next episode. But other than that, I mean, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I thought it was pretty decent. And also, please like, comment, subscribe. Give me some feedback, any shows that you're watching that you think may be good to review. I still have some more things in the works. I'm not just going to be reviewing TV shows. I have some other things in me, so I hope y'all like it. And just have a beautiful, wonderful Sunday, or whatever day it is that you're watching this video. And I will see you next time. Bye.